Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a game for you between RedxWings as our Wehrmacht, and his opponent today is going to be Pidzi as our US. I'm just over here thinking, did I say that name right? Who knows? Doesn't matter. The map's going to be Famenville. Classic Company Heroes 2 map. Been a competitive map for a long time. Lovely L-shaped cutoff points connecting you to various halves of the map. You do have this, quote-unquote guaranteed fuel point, guaranteed munitions point right next to your base, so both players are going to have a reasonable amount of income, even if they are being denied parts of the map. So I'm very excited to be casting this game. I love RedxWings, so it's nice to catch him live online. And I'm hoping this is a good one so I can bring it to you on YouTube. Both players opening pretty standard, not okay. Yeah, well, I was about to say they're both opening standard. RedxWings with 3 Pioneers, not that unusual, but of course he's deciding that a Sniper is the correct next choice here. His opponent, on the other hand, is playing standard with Scout into Rifleman, probably going to see a second Rifleman here very shortly. And neither player has locked in their battle group just yet. There's the expected Rifleman here. So this Sniper is not going to give a ton of map control, right? I mean, it's going to be a lot of manpower attrition, assuming that our German player can keep it alive. But it's not going to be good at holding territory. It's not going to be good at taking territory. And he's going to have to rely on these rather fragile Pioneers to body block for him and to do the capturing. So see how it ends up working for him. It's a Grenadier on the way, though, so that's a fine follow-up to this type of thing. Now, for those of you at home that are watching this video thinking, wow, this looks like a great idea, it is not a great idea. So use snipers as your first infantry squad at your own risk. Smoke grenade coming out, flare exposing the sniper. Smoke grenade going to let those Pioneers be approached safely. And yeah, little fights breaking out everywhere here. Rifleman rightly capturing away that fuel point in the middle, or on the bottom side, I should say, identifying that his opponent doesn't have anybody in the area, and even if they do, it's probably just some Pioneers. Sniper coming down south to help out. Pioneer's going to have to bail out there. Sniper going to take his first shot here. Pioneer's coming to help. Where's those Grenadiers at? What are they doing? They're going up north, grabbing that munitions up there. Second Grenadier on the way. This player, of course, is added on a third Rifleman. Curious where he wants to go from here. See a lot of players go for something like a half-track, potentially, maybe a bazooka. I don't think we're going to see a bazooka here, but you never know. And he is going for that infantry support center. So, going to have that captain on the field shortly. Sniper up to 3 kills. A little underwhelming if you ask me, but I'm not going to hate because I've seen... It might have actually been a RedxWings game where he played early sniper into a... What are they called? It was the immobile artillery, and I don't remember what they're called. A Wesp, maybe? Yeah, Wesp. Sniper continuing to help out. Grenadiers getting in these Riflemen's faces. Rifleman backing over away from where the Sniper is. Nice use of the Sniper here, right? He's got body block in front. He's keeping the Sniper at max range to keep it as safe as possible. He's picking up some units there. And, you know, snipers get really scary when they start vetting up, right? They get that 25% rate of fire at vet 2 in addition to increased, what was it? Increased time. Yeah, duration of camouflage. That's just crazy. Makes them very hard to hunt down. It also makes them extremely lethal. So, here's hoping we see it get to vet 2. Now, of course, our US player Yeah, we'll see how he wants to deal with that. I want to say that the game I saw, and I'm fairly certain I made it onto the channel, RedxWings went for he went for that early sniper, got it up to like 20 kills, and then lost it to an enemy sniper that immediately hit that one. So, yeah, we'll see. US player is adding on a weapon support center. So I'm curious. We might see him go for his own sniper to deal with this. That's the Company of Heroes 2 way of doing it. Just spring a sniper on him. I suspect that he'd be going for a Jeep if that's what he was going to do. So, German player did add on an AT gun. Perhaps expecting the armored personnel carrier. And he could well be right. That is an extremely popular choice in this current meta. Both players spread out across the map here, kind of just trading space back and forth. German player has done a better job. Well, okay. I was going to say, yeah, I was about to incorrectly say that a German was doing better on victory points, but of course he's not. US player has been doing a better job overall holding the victory points. That said, our German did control all three for a period of time there. Interesting smoke grenade. I'm curious what that was about. Scout's going to have to fight this incoming squads here. Sniper there in the background willing to help out. More scouts over here. Probably going to have to deal with this sniper sending out that flare, maybe trying to identify where the sniper is. AT gun setting up, but not going to be helpful, and our US player is adding on a sniper. So he does want to deal with that. Deal with his opponent's sniper sooner rather than later. Of course, that leaves our German with a bit of a disadvantage, right? Because he doesn't know that his opponent is going to have a sniper, and if our US player is paying attention, we're going to see him keep that sniper under, yeah, see, he's disabled the automatic fire, so he's going to hide this sniper somewhere, follow around his units, and basically wait to take out the enemy sniper. So now, interestingly enough, our US player is going for a motor pool. It's not something you see super often. I feel like it's kind of unpopular in the current meta. I know I've posted plenty of games where it does show up, but I think it shows up less often than you might think. We'll see what he has in mind there. Probably a Greyhound, if I had to guess. Sniper. Where's that sniper? I want to see this duel. Sniper on the top side, enemy sniper on the bottom side. So not in position to get him just yet. Grenadiers capturing this point here. And yeah. So where does our German go from here? He's floating about 350. He's gone up to the Panzer Grenadier Company. Not sure what he's got in mind there. He has gone for the support elements. Could see him use a Stug here. That'd be a little unusual. And the sniper did pick up his... Dang it, I just missed it. Where did it happen? Oh no! Well, very cool pickup. Shoot, I was looking at the... Yeah, I was not looking at the right place to see that. In any case, I'm glad... looks like he did end up getting that sniper there, as expected. Of course, the sniper already Veterancy 1 for killing a enemy sniper. You know, something I don't know, and if you know the answer to this, please let me know. Does a sniper... Do units give more experience if they are higher Veterancy when they die? So, like, if this guy was Veterancy 1, would killing one of these models give more experience than just killing at Veterancy 0? I don't know the answer. So. Oh, looks like our German did lose a Pioneer up top there. And the German is going for Stugs. So, I think double Stug can work surprisingly well. can't remember. I was watching some Twitch streamer, and they said respect the Stug, and after he absolutely obliterated his opponent with them. So I can't remember who that was, or I would let you know. So I think double Stug getting in the face. Oh, and that's a rad card. Did he? Am I tripping? I swear. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely making a Stug, and then he switched to a rad car. So I'm not crazy. Hopefully. Anyway, 8 rad on the field here. This armored car is really cool. I think it feels such a cool niche in the hierarchy of armored vehicles. It, you know, it's got really high armor. Lets it defend. It has high armor for its weight class, right? I mean, that front armor is 30 and the sides are 25. That is enough to stop a lot of the small arms. But it is not enough to stop any form of AT. So, like, anything anti-tank goes right through this. And at the same time, it has a reasonable amount of health for this stage in the game, and it's kind of hard to take down with the tools that his opponent is going to have at this stage. So it's just such a cool little unit. US player was adding on a Greyhound, but switched to a Chaffee here after seeing this armored car here. Is still planning to add on the Greyhound from the looks of it. US player's locked in his armored battle group, so he's got those veteran crews. He's got those field repairs, right? And he's already got the war machine, so he's getting the discounts on the units. That's probably why he stopped building that. Why he stopped building Chaffee. That was really cool. The AT gun, rather than trying to face where the Chaffee was, faced it this direction, running his armored car that way. So if the Chaffee wanted to chase, he was going to have to walk through the AT gun. So well, great job keeping his armored car alive there. And I suspect now that we're gonna see our Wehrmacht player go for a Stug. I think at this point that would be a good choice. We'll see what he ends up wanting to do, though. He did add on these Panzer Grenadiers first. Chaffee in behind this AT gun, hunting the armored car. Might find him. He's gonna get a shot here. I don't expect the Chaffee to dive, but he might. He's gonna bail out. Greyhound coming to save the Chaffee. Chaffee turning back. And nice little push here from our US player, using his vehicles in concert to move his opponent away. He is going to eat an AT gun shot at max range for his trouble. No problem there. The US player doesn't actually have any engineers, so he is going to have to add on some engineers unless he wants to use this field repairs ability, which he may well do. Heavy machine gun from our US player, suppressing his opponent, kind of boxing him in his base, and this was a very red map. Very, very red map. Armor car poking its head out, trying to see if the vehicles are around, and they definitely are. Okay, so this is why I love RedxWings. You know, I know it feels, you know, it looks like he's having a hard time, and that's because he is. But he's, you know, he's got breathing room, and he's just adding on a Nubelwerfer. That's what his next choice is. And I just love the crazy builds from him. So, looking forward to this Nubelwerfer. It occurs to me I might not be saying that word right, but we're just going to roll with it anyway. AT gun chipping away at this Chaffee some more. Pioneers chasing the armored car around to try and heal it up. Already veterancy 2. Heavy machine gun still a problem. Nubelwerfer gonna barrage this place here probably. Looks like he's thinking about it. And good hits there, reducing that unit down to half health. Another good hit. Is retreating though, probably gonna get out of there. Oh, couple good connections with the rifleman there, walking through the damage over time. Fire on the ground. Armored car getting really, really aggressive. Probably gonna go down. Oh, looks like the armored car decided to change targets there. AT gun set up again. Chaffee in danger, but there is smoke in the way. Could attack ground. Not gonna happen. Armored car poking around. Gonna blast those scouts there. And yeah, I mean, our German has done a decent job pushing back out on the map, has not yet secured fuel for himself, electing to stop the bleeding in terms of victory points first, which I think is a good decision. His opponent has done an absolutely excellent job of holding him down in that way, and now RedxWings is forced to focus those victory points. Well, I was about 3 minutes off, 3 to 5 minutes off, but our German player is adding on a Stug now. I think that's going to do pretty decent against the light vehicles from his opponent. It would even do well if his opponent added on an AT gun. Feels like our US player might be thinking about going for tank depot. I think that if we were going to see another light vehicle, we would have seen it by now. So it sort of feels like he's going to save up. I think this, so, you know, if you've watched my videos, you know I really like mortars in any situation. Okay, he is going to go for an AT gun. I was wondering if our US player would be considering a mortar here. But now that I'm thinking it through a little bit more, an AT gun is definitely the correct decision. He needs, I mean, he didn't know it at the time, but he does need anti-tank versus the Stug. He also needs a bit of anti-tank against the armored car there, but I think more importantly, he doesn't want a mortar dealing with a Nubelwerfer, so that's probably the biggest reason to not go for a mortar here. And I really do think our US player is going to go for that tank depot. At least I'm hoping he does. Loved seeing Shermans. Don't see him as often as I'd like. So I didn't actually talk about it, but our German player has gone for the mechanized battle group here. So he's got the raid packages, which he can capture territory with. He's got the armored car, which of course we've seen him using throughout this game. And he's got those spotting scopes. And I'm not sure where the tree ends. Nubelwerfer barrage coming down in the middle here. So he does have access to those Panthers. I really like Panthers in this game, so hopefully we get to see some of those. It's very cool to see Panther versus Sherman battles. Stug getting in the face of this armored car here. Might get him. Miss, but the AT gun able to get it done. So nicely done there. US player losing track of that vehicle for just 1 second. That's how fast it can happen. AT gun probably going to move forward to help out with that armored car. Yep, is positioning here. So we might see those riflemen poke their heads back out.
You have 3 command points at your disposal.
Not quite. AT gun moving off just at the wrong time there. Does our US player have AT grenades? Does indeed. Good penetration on that front arm from the Stug. Not easy to do. Scouts poking around the edges here. Love seeing that, right? That's exactly what this unit is for, capturing territory on the wings of the map. Same thing on this side as well. AT gun has been added on. Second AT gun for our US player. German adding on a Wesp. So man, this is the same build that I had uploaded it's not the same build. There are definitely some differences, but the core tenets of the build are the same. Going for that armored car, going for Wesps, mine, blasting those engineers as they're trying to finish off planting a mine. Rifleman in trouble here. AT guns not in position because of the Nubelwerfer barrage. Might pick him up. Not focusing. Chaffee coming in to help out. Stug might need to rotate. AT gun on the scene too, but that's a dead armored car. Nice pickup by our US player here. And Grenadiers helping out. Chaffee's got to run quick here. Should be able to get out. Did make it out of the arc of the AT gun. Should outspeed this. It's going to be close. Ooh, barely. Surviving there. Should get away. Nice attempt with the attack ground through the bushes there by RedxWings. Wow. So trading vehicles back and forth here a little bit. Now the Wesp is on the scene. Take a quick look. He has barrage. Looks like he sent the first barrage into his opponent's base to try and kill some units as they're retreating. Pioneers facing down some engineers do have to leave. AT guns set up, but firing at max range lowers their penetration, so they're going to bounce off the front there. Barrage coming right down the middle. Try and stop the US player from moving out of his base there. And yeah. So US player continues to float a decent amount of fuel here. Another barrage right in the middle. Ooh, big hit on that heavy machine gun. Engineers are going to be able to secure that point from the looks of things. Stug trying to help out, but not quite able to. Surprised to see those engineers move off the middle. I guess they are spotting for their AT guns. Sniper blasting these grenadiers, and actually Panzer Grenadiers, that's really great use of that sniper, right? Snipers are better the higher veterancy unit they're facing, and he did manage to hit veterancy 2 on this sniper, so he's got that 25% increased fire rate. He's got the fast, longer duration stealth, missing those units on the retreat. And yeah, German man. Both players trading territory here a little bit. Neither player controls any victory points at this exact moment in the game. Barrage coming out from that Wesp there. I wonder if it's Vesp. I mean, because, you know, all W's are V's if it's German, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kidding. Of course, I don't actually know. Yeah, so if you could let me know, I'm going to see if I can remember to Google it after this. Dude, blasting these riflemen. I mean, these barrages are forcing those AT guns back, letting this Stug get involved. And US player continues to float a lot of fuel, and actually he has a ton of manpower as well, so I'd really like to see him do the tank depot. Can you tell I just want to see Shermans? That's just all I want in life, really. Yeah, oh, he is adding on now. Okay, right as I go to check, so that's good. And he's going to have enough manpower and fuel to go for Sherman if he wants to. Has gone for the Easy 8, so he can produce those. So we'll probably see an Easy 8 here in short order. I expect our German player is going to want another AT gun, potentially. He may also choose to go for a Stug. He hasn't teched up, has he? I don't think so. Yeah, he has not gone for the Panzer Company yet, so only has access to these Stugs. Oddly enough, you know, it's kind of cool to see this Chaffee be alive as long as it has. I mean, it's been on the field for, what, 10 minutes at least? So, pretty cool to see Chaffee spotting for the AT gun bouncing at max range. Chaffee in jeopardy here. Should make it out of the firing arc of the AT gun. Probably going to make it out from the Stug there. Barrage on this AT gun from the looks of things. Multiple barrages happening simultaneously. Overshooting his targets ever so slightly. Stug going to have to back up. AT gun scoring a direct hit there. This stealth AT gun is going to need to back up. Shouldn't get spotted. Just barely. This is a great time for a US player to move in. He knows there's no barrages available. Not quite. Almost picked up that unit on the retreat there. Moving his AT guns forward so his opponent can't push back out. And nice take here. AT gun a little too far forward, but probably going to work out for him. We see it back up there. His other AT gun is in the area as well. Got some deep mines from our German here, anticipating his opponent diving into his space. I see 2. There's 3, 4. Wow. German is ready for the US player to try that. He's daring him to try that. So, Easy 8 on the way here. So that's going to be a very important unit to keep alive for our US player. See if he's able to do it. The machine gun. Going to burn away these, pin these Panzer Grenadiers here. Rifleman coming in to stop the capture. German player has added on his own heavy machine gun. AT gun's going to help out here, getting an angle on that Stug. Of course, that Stug's front armor is absolutely ridiculous. Barrage is continuing to blast here. Here comes another Nubelwerfer barrage. And all these units got to run for their lives. Chaffee trying to stop this infantry from coming in. That's not going to work out for him. He's going to have to back off. Stug is in the area, of course. And here comes the Easy 8 on scene to help out here. Looking to avoid these Panzerfausts from these Grenadiers here. Oddly enough, Chaffee targeting infantry, doing a reasonable job. I think it's that Veterancy 2 weapon accuracy really helping him out there. Riflemen fighting with some Panzer Grenadiers down here. 2 riflemen in the area, so I don't think those Panzer Grenadiers are going to do too hot. This player getting really aggressive with his vehicles. Sniper even in the area to help out. What's the sniper kill count up to? 12, only 12, so he's been pretty, what's the word? He's been conservative with his sniper. That's okay. I mean, he has done some work with it, and it did really what its main job was, which was to take out his opponent's sniper. Barrage coming out, actually going to hit this sniper. Sniper might have to go here. Easy 8, scouting ahead for the sniper. Might take down this heavy machine gun. Riflemen in jeopardy here, trying to finish the capture. They got to go, and they're going to go down there. Nice pickup for our U.S. player. German player, rather. U.S. player diving on this Stug is going to get him, but at the cost of a Chaffee from the looks of things. And he's got to be careful not to hit some mines on the way out. I think he's... I mean, if he just would bail, he'd be okay, but... Oh, going for the Nubelwerfer and Vesp now. German player did throw down some smoke there. Easy 8, unafraid. Got one shot there. AT gun setting up. Gonna shoot through the smoke here from the looks of things. Nice rear hit. Should pick him up. Attack the ground through the... Oh, glancing blow there. Not quite able to penetrate that armor there. And our German second Stug rolling up here. Easy 8 running for its life. I don't know if this Stug's going to catch him. It's going to be close. This player trying to hide. He doesn't have any infantry support or AT gun support. Barrage coming into the middle. Going to blast some units. German's still running. Our German can, of course, hear him in the fog of war. Ooh, rifleman getting absolutely blasted by those Nubelwerfers. Jeez. Easy 8 still alive. Still running. Getting a glancing. Didn't penetrate there, and the Stug is able to pick him up. Wow. What a series of events there. And, I think that was a way better fight for our German. He came away... I mean, he lost a Stug, but his opponent lost an Easy 8 and a Chaffee. And I think he lost at least one rifleman. I think he may have lost 2 riflemen, but he's replaced one. So, it's pretty devastating for our U.S. player. Of course, he's not out of it. He's going to have enough fuel for another Easy 8 here. Actually, I think he already does. Yeah, he does. So we'll probably see him call in another one. Engineers actually leveling up. They have 8 kills. It's unusual to see. Now, our German has all of 33 points here. So despite how good that fight was for him, our U.S. player just needs a little bit of time to get back into this game. Smoke grenade on the heavy machine gun while he captures this point. Sniper in the area to help out. Maybe thinking about picking away at that heavy machine gun. Fight going on the top side. U.S. player trying to move into some free real estate here. So I love this from our U.S. player. I'm always saying that, you should send units to random places on the map, right? And, with perfect vision, it's easy for me to say I'd love to see, so-and-so send a unit over to this area, right? But our U.S. player is living by that motto, right? He's sending units to investigate. He's actually doing okay over here. And you know, despite the fact that he met opposition, now he knows where those units are, right? So it's information, and if even if the units aren't there, that's also information, right? And if the area had been empty, he would have been able to pick up a free victory point there. Now the roles are reversed here. Easy 8 on the field, hunting this Stug. Is gonna find him potentially. Could be able to hear him in the fog of war there. Thinking better of it, I mean, and this is the difference between this fight and the last fight, right? Which is our German has infantry support in the area. We are going to see some Panzerfaust coming out from our German. German continuing to focus the infantry. Is going to charge into this blinded Stug here, attacking ground through the smoke. Did get a good hit. AT gun on the scene though. German going to get behind this Stug, but not quite in time. And nice pickup by the AT gun. I do believe that was an attack ground through the smoke. And yeah, that was an aggressive push by our US player. Basically ran out of manpower, ran out of steam there right at the end. With only 33 points to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I did, and I will see you in the next one.